Hi everyone, welcome back to another video from Wes Knows Tech News and Reviews. So today we'll be doing the heart rate accuracy test between the Amazfit GTR 3 as well as the Huawei Watch 3. So you can see that they're both round, both very similar release dates, the late 2021. So without further ado, let's get into this accuracy test. So the rules of engagement for this particular test was me doing a high intensity strength workout at the local gym. By high intensity, I mean that I was basically moving between the machines and different sets of exercises quite quickly, very short times in between. And you can see that in the very spiked heart rate charts from the optical heart rate sensors on the back of these watches. And so, before we get into the accuracy details, let me tell you about these two watches, just to put them in context and so you can actually see what the differences between these two watches are. Let's quickly do it. So we've got the Amazfit GTR 3. This is a 46mm case. It's got a screen diameter of 1.39 inches, while the Huawei Watch 3 also has a case diameter of 46mm, but the actual screen or the actual display size is 1.43 inches, so slightly larger due to the due to the slimmer bezels. Now you will notice that both watches have two buttons on their side, but if the Huawei Watch 3 actually has a rotatable crown and a flat button down the bottom, the Amazfit GTR 3 also gets a rotatable crown but a normal button on the bottom. Now again, with the Huawei Watch 3 you can get the aluminium case, which is slightly lighter, just under 40 grams, or the steel case, which I've got one right here, so that's 54 grams, slightly more heavy, but it does make it look more premium. With the Amazfit GTR 3 you can only get the aluminium case, but it's very light at just 32 grams. So on the Amazfit GTR 3 you get 150 sport modes. On the Huawei you get 100 sport modes, 5 GPS satellite networks, 3 satellite GPS networks. Both are 580 and waterproof. You can do pool swimming as well as open water swimming because there is onboard or inbuilt GPS. Now with this one you get LTE functionality, so you can have an eSIM connected to it. Here you don't have that. Also you get an inbuilt microphone in the Huawei as well as a speaker, so that will enable you to hear the other person on the watch, while with the Amazfit GTR 3 you only get a microphone, so you can record your notes on here, you can speak and basically use your AI assistant Amazon Alexa on here. Now with the Huawei you also get an AI assistant, it's the Huawei Assistant, but you will only be able to use it if you've got a Huawei smartphone. So you can see some of the pros and cons. If we talk about the battery life, the Amazfit GTR 3 will last you 2 weeks, well officially usually just over 8 days. With the Huawei, 3.5 days, and you're lucky to get even that out of this watch. In regards to looks, well, of course the Huawei does look more expensive, and there's a reason for that. It is the Huawei Watch 3 will set you back at least 300 pounds or about 400 bucks. With the Amazfit GTR 3 it will set you back just 150 pounds or 200 bucks. In regards to special functionality, well again, Huawei Watch 3 LTE capability. Both have continuous SpO2 monitoring, continuous stress testing, continuous heart rate measurement. All of the watches, well both of these watches actually monitor your sleep, and they provide you with your going to sleep times, awake times, deep sleep, light sleep, as well as REM. The charts, the infographics, absolutely amazing on both watches, but you will feel that the Huawei does feel a bit more solid, a bit more premiumly built, if you can say it that way. With the Amazfit GTR 3 though, it does have Pi. So Pi is your personal activity index, and this is a great tool that basically gives you your cardiovascular health in just one number. So as long as you keep that number as a rule of thumb over 100 points, it would mean that you have a 25% less chance of getting heart disease. And this pi index is actually made up of the step counts that you did on this day, on this particular day, as well as the 7 days previously. It will look at the intensity at which you performed certain exercises while you activated the sport modes. So this is a great and easy tool to use. So again, just keep that pi number over 100, and it's just so easy. You don't have to look at all the stats, just one number. Anyways, now that we've done this summary review of the two watches, let's get into the heart rate accuracy test of this 25-minute high intensity strength workout. Let's do it. Now, the benchmark to the test was my Polar H10 ECG chest strap. So this chest strap is worn on my chest while I do exercises, and we know that the ECG chest strap is the most accurate reading you can get of your heart rate, simply because it's always on your chest. While the optical heart rate sensors on the back of smartwatches, they may be very sharp and good, but at the end of the day, they work differently than chest straps because they emit green light onto your skin and catch back the reflection. So we do expect some discrepancy between the chest strap and the optical heart rate monitors on the back of smartwatches. Anyway, we'll start off with the numbers of the Amazfit GTR 3, then we'll look at the Huawei Watch 3 results. And so, let's look at the benchmark first at the Polar H10 ECG chest strap. So you see quite a jagged chart, and you can see that you do get some throws, but as soon as you hit a throw, you go back into a peak because there was a very short time between exercises. So this was always done at high intensity. And we can see that the average reading is 141 beats per minute, while the peak was 161 beats per minute. So very small variability between the average and the max, just 20 beats per minute. Now let's take a look at the Amazfit GTR 3 results. And so with the Amazfit GTR 3, we see an average of 140 beats per minute, while the max is 161 beats per minute. So the average does get you an understatement of just under 1%, or just 1 beat per minute, while the peak is spot on. This is absolutely amazing. Let's take a look at what the Huawei actually showed us. So we can see an average of 140 beats per minute once again, but then the peak is 159 beats per minute. What does it give us? It gives us an understatement of 1 beat per minute for the average and an understatement of 2 beats per minute for the max. So just under 1% for the average and just over 1% difference for the max. Both results are absolutely amazing. They are so close to the chest strap. I think that's just excellent results. And if you do recall, I was mentioning this in one of my brutally honest reviews. Huawei, when they released the Huawei Watch 3 as well as the Huawei Watch GT3, they did mention that they've calibrated their optical heart rate sensor on the back of the smartwatch and made sure that it's within 2% of the Polar H10 ECG chest strap. So we've checked the GT3, and yes, it was within the 2%, but nothing got as close as the Huawei Watch 3. So maybe there is more to this watch than just the higher price than the GT3. So great result. But Amazfit GTR 3, unbelievable. The results on it are absolutely great. And once again, such low differences with the chest strap. 150 quid, 300 quid. 200 bucks, 400 bucks. Big difference, very big difference. But then again, the looks, the accuracy. Well, I shouldn't say that because both are very accurate. The GTR 3 just did slightly better. Anyways, thank you for watching this review and accuracy test. If you did enjoy it, please drop me a like. If you want to see more of the same, please hit the red subscribe button below the video. And I'll see you in the next one.